What's up, guys? So today we are talking about perms. Today is June 30th and I got my perm yesterday, which was June 29th. And I have some little clips of me at the salon and stuff like that, kind of showing you all what it looks like. And I have some really awesome tips and tricks for you. This is not my first perm. I've had a perm last year, so I've had a full perm for about a year now, and I just got this one yesterday. So lots of tips and tricks for you, and pricing, and who I went to, lots of information. So if you want to keep on watching, then please do. Bye. So first we're going to talk about who I went to. So I go to a girl named Amberly. I'll put her Instagram down below so you guys can check her out if you're in the Kentucky area. She is the bomb. She is so sweet, and I go to her for all of my hair needs for trims and big chops or perms, anything. She's amazing at it. Something that I definitely like about the way she does the perm is that she makes it look so natural. She doesn't try and like make it what it can't be, if that makes sense, because a lot of times people will go in trying to get a perm and they'll think it's going to end up one way, but she's like, that's not possible. But she definitely made mine exactly how I wanted it. It looks very natural. I went to her last year when I got it done, so I had to go to her again. So she's very sweet. I'll put her Instagram down below. Second thing that I want to talk about is how long it took. So I got there at 9 a.m. I think, me and my mom did, and we were there until about 11:30, 11:45, so almost 3 hours. But I have long hair. I have very long hair, and she had to do a piggyback, which is when you roll half of the hair on one rod and then the other half on the second rod. Anyways, I'll explain that later. But it took about almost 3 hours to roll and process and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of annoying having to sit there for so long. But since I love Amberly, like, it was good to talk to her, and like I had my mom there. So just like watch some Netflix or, you know, chat with your dresser, whatever you feel like doing. So number 3 of what I want to talk about is the process. So I went in with really super dirty hair, and it was dry and all that stuff, and so she went ahead and did a really good wash, kind of like putting my hair down to its base, no oils, nothing like that. So she washed it and conditioned it, and then she got it started on the rolling. So then the rolling, like I said earlier, was a piggyback. She did the first half of the strand on one roll and then on one rod, and then did the second half on a second one. So that was very helpful because I think that it makes the hair look a little more natural. It gives it a little more texture, and also where I have long hair, it gives it a little more bounce and volume, I think. Also, what happens in the process is you have to, after rolling, she does the chemical mix, which everybody knows is disgusting. It smells terrible, but I promise you it's not that bad once you have the shower cap over it. So once they do the chemicals, they will put a shower cap over your head, and then you have to sit under a heater depending on your hairdresser. I did because my hair doesn't take easily to curl because I have pin straight hair naturally. But she had to put mine under the heater, and so mine wouldn't take faster. And then after that, she goes and you rinse out the chemical mixture. She puts kind of like a binder on it, something that'll just lock it in. So after the chemicals have kind of broken down the like the natural shape of your hair, the binder, or whatever you want to call it, once you put it over it, that's going to lock the hair in that specific position. And it does it, I mean, not permanently, but it does it so that it'll last a very long time. And then after that, you're good to go. She takes all your rods out, and then she like rinses your hair really good, which is awesome because your head is going to itch and burn, and it doesn't feel great. But then she takes you to the chair, and she went ahead and styled it. So really, it took a long time, but that was mainly because of the rolling and the sitting. Sorry. There's something on the lip. But there's nothing really like grueling about it. It's not a super hard process for you as the client. So that was pretty awesome. It was, easy breezy. She did a really great job. She was super speedy fast this time. I don't know what got into her. She was just in her zone. But it was definitely a really good experience. So to style my hair, I used 2 products. 2. A spray bottle and my cream. So this says shea butter, can 2 shea butter for natural hair. I know I don't have natural hair. However, this really helps with frizz, and considering that you are getting something that is chemically changing your hair is going to get a little frizzy, or it might feel a little bit unhealthy. Mine personally hasn't, but I have noticed the frizz. So this says it's a moisturizing curl activator cream, activates curls, delivers volume and shine, reveals frizz-free bouncy curls, which I will say is true. Every time I use this, my hair is shiny. It is super bouncy. They still feel soft to the touch. They're not crunchy, which is one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't like a crunchy curl. It's not my favorite. But because it is a perm, you really don't even have to put product in it if you don't want to. Your hair will dry in its natural state, and if you just want to kind of control the frizz or make them a little more defined, or even kind of like control the way the curls are looking that day, this was $5. But it definitely keeps my curls looking good all day. I love it. It's amazing. So for second day curls, I will say it's super easy because I only do 1 step. Spray bottle. So for second day curls, I'll just spritz all throughout my hair and scrunch it. The cream from the day before is still like in your hair, if that makes sense. So when you spray the water on your hair, it's kind of reactivating that cream and those curls. And I don't usually apply more product until I wash my hair completely and put it on again the next time I wash my hair. That brings me to my next point, which I think is number 5. Maybe. So the first time I got my perm, I would say I washed my hair 3 to 4 days at the earliest, because I didn't want my perm to kind of like fall out due to the fact that I'm washing it. It wasn't like, that's not gonna happen, it's not, but it's like a color, it's a chemical mixture that's going onto your hair. So the more you wash it, the more you strip it of those chemicals, the faster it's gonna fall out. So I would suggest going every 3 to 4 days when washing your hair. Again, spray bottle the next day. Your curls will look just the same, in my opinion, and you can always add more product if you want it. That's just personal preference. So now I want to talk about how long a perm lasts. So everybody's different. Everybody's hair type is much different. I don't know how your hair will go, but this is just me telling my personal experience. So the last time I got my perm was, I think, the first week of July of last year. It is now June 30th, and I got my perm done yesterday, which was June 29th. So it's almost been a full year. It was about like 1 week less than a full year since I got my last perm. Now, my perm held up very, very well. I think mine lasted until, lasted as in looked like this, probably lasted until like December, like Christmas time, honestly. Maybe a little before that, maybe November. But it was nonetheless around Thanksgiving, Christmas, that time. So that was about 5 months, 5 or 6 months of having, or 4 or 5, 4 or 5 months of having a really solid curl in my hair. After that, I had actually started to apply heat because I wanted to straighten my hair, not because I didn't like my perm anymore, just because that's something I wanted to try, because I hadn't had straight hair in like 5 months, and I thought that would be fun. So that pulled them out a little bit. But mainly, like, the waves stayed really well. Like, I had curls or waves or something that looked like texture in my hair all the way up until I got it done again. My perm held really well. I would say the only reason why I truly wanted to get it done again and not just leave it how it was, because I genuinely liked the way the curls looked, was because of my roots. When your roots grow out, obviously the perm doesn't come with it. Your hair doesn't grow in curly anymore. So my hair had grown out probably to about here, I would say. And so I had about 6 inches of pin straight hair, and then it went into waviness. And I mean, like right now I have it half up, so that's how I would wear my hair, and it was cute, it's fine, but I was just ready for something new. Also, the waves started to get a little bit inconsistent in my hair, meaning some were more straight, some were more curly, some were curly all the way up to the root, some was just pinned straight all the way down. So it really just depends on your hair type. I have pretty fine hair where it's like silky and it's slippery. A lot of things just kind of slip out of it. But it holds like a wand curl well and stuff like that. So that's why mine has held so well, is that my hair truly does hold on to things. But also because my hair is fine and a little bit thinner, it's not heavy. So my curls aren't being pulled on daily by heavy hair. I have pretty lightweight hair. I mean, like I have a good amount, and there's some back here. I have a good amount, but it's not anything to where it's like pulling on my curls. So I would say that mine lasted that long due to the fact that I had pretty thin hair. Also because I really tried to take care of it. Like I did my best to activate those curls every day. So like even if I washed and dried my hair 3 days ago, I still applied water and scrunched them daily, even if I knew I was going to wear it in a bun. I wanted to activate those curls, get them moving, get them to bounce back. And I did that daily just to kind of train them to last a little bit longer. I will also say that I was very careful about using heat. Again, I didn't use heat until about the 5th month, I would say. And when I did, I used it sparingly. Like, I think I only used heat in the last year probably 5 times in the last year. And that was for a really special occasion, like my college homecoming, stuff like that. Like, I started wand curling it, and I did that once or twice for like a cute dinner or an event or something. But other than that, I let my hair stay wavy. I didn't really alter it any because I wanted it to last as long as possible. One of the last things I want to talk about before kind of wrapping up is telling you all how much it cost. So for me, I did not pay for mine. My mom did because she was getting it for my birthday. But I think with tip, it ended up being $163, which is cheap, honestly. Because I know a lot of places around in my area that are about $200, and I got mine for $130-ish, and then tip, and it was about $150, $160. So it wasn't a bad price. It's a really good price. Even if my mom didn't do it for my birthday, I would do it for myself. I think it's worth it. Anywhere you go get color or anything is going to be $200, $250. So to get some curls and texture and like bounce in my hair, I thought $150 was a pretty good price. I know that everywhere varies depending on where you live. I know it's going to be more expensive in kind of the inner cities and the bigger cities and stuff like that than it is in my little hometown. But it was definitely worth it. I thought the price was great for what you get. And yeah, so the price is not bad. I would definitely say that it was worth it. That is all I have for you guys today about my perm. I hope you all enjoyed. If you all want to see kind of in my next video about how I'm getting ready for the beach, what shopping I do, what things I buy, what makeup I do and stuff like that, then just leave a like or a comment. I am brand new to YouTube, so if you all would like to like or subscribe, I would so appreciate that. It definitely helps me out, and just, show a little love. It's always good to show a little love. But yeah, so I hope you all have a super good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.